Today's episode of the LifeKraft Podcast is with the lovely Lauren Daniel. She is an RTT therapist and a coach from South Africa who has helped clients from around the world achieve rapid personal transformation. She uses her first-hand experience as someone who's been on her own healing journey to show people what's possible when you harness the power of your whole mind. In today's episode, we discuss the conscious and subconscious mind, the power of thoughts, how our beliefs shape our lives, rapid transformational therapy, and how every one of us has the ability to change our lives. So, when you started this whole new journey of yours, after you left your corporate career and you started becoming a therapist, what was the main thing that you started noticing with your clients and the majority of people in the world? What was the one thing that you think they need to realize? People don't know this, because as a health coach, I know what it is for me. We don't know about food. We don't know about food. We don't know what's going into the food. We don't understand food at all, or our human bodies. And so we just get taught all of these things from our parents, from the media, from teachers and well-meaning adults, but it's not necessarily what your body needs. What would you say in therapy that was for you?
So, Melissa, the biggest tool that we can give people in this world, or the epiphany or the secret, is that you have an opportunity from this moment onwards to change your life. And you literally do. It's like an upgrade. Okay. When our cell phone is outdated or an app is outdated with bugs or whatever have you, right? What do? We either go and get a new cell phone, or we upgrade our cell phone or our app, right? Human beings believe that their mindset and their thoughts and their belief and the way they are is the way they are. A lot of them say it's my genes or my genetics. And Bruce Lipton can prove with science and biology that that is not the case. 95% of your behavior and what's going on right now is as a result of what is playing in your subconscious mind. And what determines are the programs playing in your subconscious mind is every single thing that happened to you from the womb up until the age of 8 years old. That determines the programs that are playing in your mind, the way you react, the way you think, the way you do everything in your life. But as a result of the power of RTT, you can literally upgrade those programs and thought patterns and shift your life accordingly.
I love that. Will you get into the subconscious and the conscious mind a bit? Because I find this subject fascinating. I always get goosebumps because it's quite daunting for anyone to realize that at a time when you were your most vulnerable, you got formed into the person you are. So the excuse that this is just the way I am, this is my personality, this is in my genes, that is not really true, because you literally learned those things as little coping mechanisms just to get through your life. And we call that a personality. We call that Lauren. We call that Melissa. But if you don't consciously make a decision to start looking there, to start adjusting what is serving you and what is not, you stay that little 8-year-old for the rest of your life. And
100%.
I think people don't understand the subconscious and the conscious mind as good as they can. So I'd really like us to dive into that.
Oh, fantastic. That's my most exciting part of what I teach, because the power lies literally there. The power to change your life from surviving to thriving lies there.
Absolutely.
So I'm going to give you just a little bit of we're going to do a neuroplasticity, neuroscience 101 quickly, and psychology 101.
Fantastic.
Okay. All right. So let me give you a little bit of an example. So what happens is there's basically 3 parts to our mind, right? We're born with your very primal mind, your fight or flight mind that has certain beliefs that are coded from primal times, okay? Things like when For example, if you're threatened, you can decide to attack or run away. All right. Certain things such as your mind's primary purpose is to keep you alive on the planet. And there's certain things that are coded into that primal mind. Right. Third trimester. Okay. While you're in your mom's womb, what then starts to develop is something called the subconscious mind. And this mind is like a sponge. Okay. Every single thing from the womb, Melissa, I have clients actually go back to the womb, right? When I, in RTT to situations and beliefs that were created then. We start to create the subconscious mind that takes in, absorbs everything you're hearing and feeling. And then up until the age of 7, 8 years old, that subconscious mind literally takes in everything you're seeing, feeling, experiencing. It uploads it like a computer program into your mind. Okay. So I often give an analogy of a computer, a laptop coming off the production line, right? You switch it on. There's nothing you can do because there's no computer programs. So now we need to upload computer programs and then it can start to function.
Yeah.
The same thing happens with the mind. The subconscious mind starts from the last trimester to about 7 or 8 years old to upload subconscious programming that are going to be the programs from which you function for the rest of your life. Okay. So I often give examples with my weight loss clients. Say, for example, you're a little baby and you've been born and you're guzzling your bottle. And mom says to you, oh, aren't you a little fatty? You love food, don't you?
Yeah.
Program uploaded. Wow. Okay. 3-year-old child. Maybe somebody bullies her and hurts her. And she creates this little belief, oh, I need to make sure I have an extra protected layer to cushion this blow.
Wow.
The mind is constantly creating little programs to keep you alive and to help you function. Now what happens is post 8 years old, you start to create the conscious mind, which is the adult mind, which is the rational mind, the willpower mind, the logical mind, right? And when that mind starts to develop, there's a layer underneath it called the critical mind that blocks the knowledge of what is going on in your subconscious mind. So when that conscious mind comes up, all your subconscious programs are there. You're not aware of what they are.
Yeah.
But guess what? They are controlling 95% of your behavior. So now fast forward and you're an adult and you're trying to follow a diet. And there's the diet in front of you. You're using your conscious mind and your willpower to try and follow this diet. And you're saying, I need to stick to this. I need to stick to this. I need to stick to this. And guess what's happening? That subconscious mind that has 95% more power is going, but you're a fatty.
Yeah.
But you need those layers of protection to protect you. No, 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 no. And it's going to trump the emotional mind, which is your subconscious mind, is going to trump the logical mind every single time. And suddenly you're going to go, well, I can't follow this diet. I just can't. I give up. And that is the pattern that continues. Exactly. But we all think that's the way it is, unfortunately. Oh, my damn childhood. Why did that happen? But it did. And this is my lot in life. No, it is not.
No, it is not. And I found in my own life that when you start realizing the difference between the conscious and the subconscious mind and all of those patterns that run in the background that you just kind of blamed yourself for. I don't have the willpower. I don't have the discipline. I'm just not lucky like the other people are. Some things are probably not meant for me. God just doesn't bless me in that way. It's not my lot in life. All of those excuses that we use because we're just not aware. We're not aware of those patterns. And when you start becoming aware of those patterns and putting new ones in, doors open that you couldn't even believe because that programming, that innate nature in you changes. The way you operate and show up in the world changes.
Absolutely.
And how can we start getting the conscious and the subconscious mind to work together? Because I know then amazing things happen in your life. When those two click, When they're
Wow.
like, yes, we resonate, we want the same
The
thing,
world's
we
your
believe the
destiny.
same thing, we're going in the same direction, then miracles happen. How do we do that without that little gatekeeper, that critical mind coming in to the whole story?
Yeah. So therein lies the power. So a lot of people obviously would go and work with psychologists and talk therapy, and there's many other great therapies, but or coaching, just general coaching, right? But all of that is engaging the logical mind, which is the conscious mind, which is 5% obviously controls 5% of your behavior. We have to get into that subconscious mind. And there's two main ways that we can get into the subconscious mind: through constant repetition. So for example, like, you learn to drive a car, right? In the beginning, you've got to go, I've got to hold the steering wheel, I've got to put the car into first, and it's a constant conscious action.
Yeah.
But repetition, it then goes into your subconscious mind and you automatically drive. I mean, you get from place A to place B and you go, I don't actually know how I got here. That is your automatic mind, right? So there's repetition. But the way of understanding what program is playing in your subconscious mind is a very, very difficult thing to do, because we've got to access the subconscious mind. And the only way to access the subconscious mind is if the critical mind moves apart.
Yeah.
And the only way we can actually do that is in hypnotherapy.
Yeah.
Because hypnotherapy allows you to get to such a relaxed state that your conscious and critical mind move aside, so that we can then get into the subconscious mind to find out what program is actually playing there. And then in hypnotherapy, doing the therapy to start to shift, interrupt, and upgrade those belief patterns that have caused that specific behavior.
If listening to this podcast episode has inspired you to make positive changes in your own life and start your journey towards transformation, meditation is the place to begin. Having a meditation practice has been shown to improve clarity of thought, enhance your memory as well as problem-solving skills, decrease stress as well as stress-related illnesses, aid in weight loss, and more. That's why we created the 7-day Meditation for Holistic Health online course, with 7 coaching sessions to teach you about meditation and help you to cement your own practice. There are also downloadable guided meditations that you can use anytime, anywhere. Go to melissalane.com and use the code LifeKraft to receive a 10% discount when you enroll in the program today.